Regular expressions are very important for system engineering, network engineering, and programming. And in Python programming, we use regular expressions, Python Regex, too much. So, what are these Python Regex? In this lesson, we will focus on what is it, and we will give different examples of Python Regex usage. So, basically, a Python Regex is a sequence of characters that has a specific meaning in Python programming. There are different regex statements in Python. So, to use these regex regular expressions, we need to import a module in Python. So, this module is RE module. Here, we will focus on firstly regex functions, and then we'll go to regex metacharacters, and we'll learn sets that we used with Python regex, and we'll finish our lessons with specific sequences in Python regex. So let's start with regex functions, and firstly I'll tell you what are these functions that we use with regex, and these are search function, findall function, split function, and sub function. Sort function checks a string for any match. Findall function checks for matching and returns with a list. Split function returns with a list where the string split for each match, and sub function replaces match in the string. So let's firstly start with search function, and let's do an example to learn it better. We use search function to check any character in a string. So we search for it, and if it finds this character in a string, then it returns with the index of the first found character. So to understand this, let's do an example. And firstly, I will import RE module. And as I mentioned before, to use these functions, these regex functions, we need to import RE module. So here, I'll create a message, a string. I like football. Yes, I really like it, and I am a fan of Galatasaray. Yes, here I will use search function, and I will use two parameters of this function. The first parameter is the character that I will be looking for. I'll look for this f, and the second parameter will be message itself. Yes, and then I will use print function and x.start. Yes, as you can see here, the output will be 7 because this character has index 0. This is index 1, index 2, index 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. We found f in the index 7. So our output is 7. So this is how to use search function with Python regex in Python regex lesson. So let's start with another example and learn another function of Python regex. This is findall function. So findall function is used to check if the all given characters reside in the given string. So in other words, if we found all the search characters in a string, then we will get our string back as a response. So let's create another example, and again I'll write the wall command again, import re message, and here my message will be Haji is a perfect footballer. Haji is from Romania. Yes, this is our string. So here I'll use findall function, and with findall function I will be looking for Haji. and our second parameter will be message itself. So I will look hg word in this string here. So after that, the last step is printing a. So we will try to find hg, and after that it will assign this to a, and then we will print a. So as you can see here, hg word has written 2 times because we have 2 hg in this message, and this is the return of findall function. So the other function is split function, and split function returns with a list created with the items that are stripped with a specific character. So let's see this with an example again. And to do this, I'll write the wall command again. We don't need to import always this, but I will write for you. And here I will write a message again. I like football, and then I will assign it split. I'll use split function, and yes, and I have used this one as the first parameter and the message itself as the second parameter. So this will be used to split the words. So here let's print x. Yes, as you can see here, s split all the words according to the spaces. All the words are splitted, and a new list has created with these words. And here /s means to split when you find a space. We can also use a third parameter that shows the split point. So here let's do another example. Here import re message again, but this time I will write I like football, basketball, and volleyball. Yes, this is our message, and again I will use split function, and again I will give /s and message as second parameter, and here I will use a third parameter, and this will show us the split point. So I will give 2. So here this will be first one, this is the second one, and after that it will not split. Here we'll print, and yes, as you can see here, it splits this first keyword, and it was 0. The first one that it found the space, and this is the second one, and after this second one it will not split. So it takes the whole string after this point. Yes, this is how to use the third parameter with Python split function. There is also another function, the last function, it is subfunction. So we use subfunction to replace the given characters with the defined characters. So this is a replacement. Let's give an example for this, and here I will import array again, message, I will create I like football, and then I'll use subfunction, and the first parameter will be again /s, and this time I will say that when you find a space, then change it with dash. So this is the character that we look for, this is the character that we will change, and this is the message itself. So here we have used 3 parameters of subfunction. So again, let's print x, and yes, as you can see here, our message and the new message is here. And as you can see here, all the spaces have changed with dash. So this is how to use subfunction, and let's do another example with subfunction to understand better. And in this example, we'll also use a 4th parameter. So here, let me use this again. Import array message I like football, and x array sub, and this is our first parameter, this is our second parameter, third parameter, and here I will use 1 as a 4th parameter. So let's see what will be done. And yes, as you can see here, it used in the first part when it finds the space. Firstly, it changed it with dash, but in the second one, it is not done. So let's do this with also second. Yes, as you can see, it is done with this code, the first one and the second one. Now we have learned what are the functions that we use with Python Regex. Now let's focus on Python Regex Metacharacters and learn what are these metacharacters that we use with Python Regex. So they have different specific meanings, these metacharacters, and let's write and see each of them. As you can see on the screen, there are different metacharacters and each of them has different meaning. For example, a square brackets is used for a set of characters, a slash is used to signal a specific sequence, a dot is used for any character, a different sign, and I don't remember the name of it, is used to show starting weights, and dollar is used to show ending weights, and star shows a 0 or more occurrences, and plus sign will show 1 or more occurrences, and a brackets again shows exactly the specific number of items, and this sign shows either or, and lastly the parentheses used to captures and groups. So these characters, these meta characters are very important, and we will use these meta characters in the following examples, and you'll learn them better with these examples. So first, let's focus another part of Python Regex and learn sets that we used with Python Regex. So let's start with an example that will show us how to use sets with Python Regex. So here I'll start with importing array again, and then I'll create a message, and my message is hello, how are you? This is our message. So here I'll use again findall method, findall function, and this time I'll check this with sets. So I will use this set, and here I will use LA. So when we use this set like this, we'll look for these characters if we found together, and then we'll print it. And this is first parameter, and this is second parameter. And here, yes, when we find any of these characters, it returned with them. So it comes to here, it finds it and prints. And here again, it finds it and print. And then when it comes to here, it found it and print. So it prints 3 characters. We have 3 characters in the string. Yes, this is our first example. So let's do another example, and this time I will use a different set mechanism. So here, let me print this again, and here I will use a different string to show you better. So I will say that A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N. And yes, this is our message. So here I'll use findall function again, but this time I will say that if you find from A to F, then print them. So it will check each character to find A to F. So it will check for A, B, C, D, and F. So when it finds them, it will print. And as you can see here, it will print it in a list, and it has checked A to F. And A to F is here. For example, let's do this. Let's write here again A, B, C, and yes, after that it will found this again and print again. Whenever it finds any characters between these characters in the string, it has printed. So this is another usage of Python sets with Python Regex. So let's do another example here, and this time I will use another message A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Our message will be this, and then I will use this different sign, and then C, D, G. So let's see what will be happen with this code. And as you can see here, it has printed all the characters in this message except these characters. So it prints A, B, E, F, but it has not printed C, D, G, because if we use this character and after the characters, then it will not print these characters. Whenever it finds them, it do not print them. So this is another usage of Python set. So here let's look for numbers, 2-digit numbers. So to do this, again, I'll import RE module, and this time I'll write a message as an address. So here I write Houston Street, no 15 room 23. This is our address, and here I will use findall function again, and this time I will use two different square parentheses here. The first one will 0 to 9 and the second one will be 0 to 9, and this will check if are there any two digits in the string, and if it finds, then it will return in a string, in a list. So here the second parameter is our message, and let's print A. And yes, our function has looked for any two digits, and in the string there is a two digits here, 15, and it has printed, and a second one, 23, and it has printed again. So this is another usage. So we can use also to find any three digits number, four digit numbers, etc. And this is only an example. So we can also use it with different sets, and this set can return with any match from A to Z, both lower and upper cases. So to do this, let's do an example. For example, let's print this again. This time I will use only the different part, and then I will look for findall, and I will look for A to Z and A to Z again, and this will give us only the letters. It will not give us the numbers. Yes, as you can see here, N O R O O N M. There is no other characters, there is no numbers. This list includes only the characters that are lower or upper cases. So this is another usage of sets with Python Regex. Lastly, let's focus on special characters that we use with Python Regex. So we use backslash with these characters and backslash and the character, and this will mean some special thing. So here, for example, let's copy this again, and I will show you, for example, backslash A if our string is beginning with, for example, room. As you can see, it is an empty list. So what if I say if our string is starting with no? This time, it will return with the keyword that we are looking for, because our string is starting with it. So this is only an example. So there are different characters that we use with backslash, and here at the end of this lesson I will show you on the screen all this slash, for example backslash, and the character. For example, this can be a backslash B, backslash upper B, backslash D, backslash upper D, and this can be backslash S, backslash upper S, and W, and Z. Yes, There are different meanings here, so we will not do examples for each of them, but I will show you what are their meanings. So for example, let's delete this and do an example with, for example, D. This D will check if are there any digital number in this string. So we have digital numbers here, so it will return with these digital numbers. Again, we can use W for word characters, and they will return with each of these characters, but it will not return with the special characters. So we can use it to check the space characters. Yes, here, or the bigger one means that the other characters than space. As you can see, it has returned with all the characters, word characters, or the other characters, digits, etc. And these are how to use special sequences with Python Regex. You can improve your regular expression practice with doing more practices on different Python regular expression examples. So, if you like this video, kindly do not forget to like it and subscribe to my channel. Good luck!